Hello learners, welcome to Excel with Habeeba. If you like the video, please do like, share, subscribe and comment below. Let's start today's class, that is Perspectives of T1 Teacher Education, with the subtopic Concept, Need and Significance of Teacher Education. An educational institution performs a significant function of providing learning experiences to lead their students from the darkness of ignorance to the light of knowledge. The key personnel in the institutions who play an important role to bring about this transformation are obviously teachers. As stated by NCTE, National Curriculum for Teacher Education 1998, in Quality Concerns in Secondary Teacher Education, the teacher is the most important element in any educational program, obviously. It is the teacher who is mainly responsible for implementation of the educational process at any stage. This shows that it is imperative to invest in the preparation of teachers so that the future of a nation is secure. Now, the National Curriculum Framework 2005 places demands and expectations on the teacher which need to be addressed by both initial and continuing teacher education. Now, what is the concept of teacher education? Let's understand. The National Council for Teacher Education has defined teacher education as a program of education, research and training of persons to teach from pre-primary to higher education level. We have to remember this concept very well. What is teacher education given by National Council for Teacher Education, that is NCTE. Teacher education is a program that is related to the development of teacher proficiency and competence that would enable and empower the teacher to meet the requirements of the profession and face the challenges therein. Now let's see, teacher education equal to teaching skills plus pedagogical theory plus professional skills. Now let's understand one by one. Teaching skills would include providing training and practice in the different techniques, approaches and strategies that would help the teachers to plan and impart instruction, provide appropriate reinforcement and conduct effective assessment. It includes effective classroom management skills, preparation and use of instructional materials and communication skills. Very important, communication skills and subject matter expert the teacher should be. If the training is done, then only this is possible. Second one is pedagogical theory, includes the philosophical, sociological and psychological considerations that would enable the teachers to have a sound basis for practicing the teaching skills in the classroom. The theory is stage specific and is based on the needs and requirements of that are characteristic of that stage. Now the third one is professional skills, include the techniques, strategies and approaches that would help teachers to grow in the profession and also work towards the growth of the profession. It includes soft skills, counseling skills, interpersonal skills, computer skills, information retrieving and management skills, and above all, lifelong learning skills. Now, an amalgamation of teaching skills, pedagogical theory and professional skills would serve to create the right knowledge, attitude and skills in teachers, thus promoting holistic development. Very, very important. Holistic development means overall development of the personality of the teacher. Now, we understood the concept here. Now, need of teacher education. Let's see. The need for teacher education is felt due to the following reasons. Number one, achieving the educational goals of a nation, pupil learning and the larger social transformation. Holistic teacher building is necessary and therefore teacher education needed more emphasis than mere training. Number four, to take responsibility for seeing that all children reach high levels of learning. Number five, help teacher candidates examine critically their beliefs and values as they relate to teaching, learning and subject matter and form a vision of good teaching to guide and inspire their learning, and their work is a central task of teacher education. Obviously, I am a teacher educator. When I have seen the trainees, when they come for the first day, they are full of fear and they don't have communication ability also. When they get all the steps of the training, micro to macro, the transformation of the trainee will become the best teacher as in a good profession, teaching profession. Now, to make good decisions, teachers must be aware of the many ways in which student learning can unfold in the context of development, learning differences, language and cultural influences, and individual temperaments, interests, and approaches to learning. Now, reshape attitudes towards the other and develop a professional rather than a personal role orientation towards teaching as a practice. We have to remember this. This should be a development of professionalism rather than personal orientation. Now, foundational knowledge about the areas of learning and performance, teachers need to know how to take the steps necessary to gather additional information that will allow them to make more grounded judgments about what is going on and what strategies may be helpful. More importantly, teachers need to keep what is best for the student at the center of their decision making. Now, the teacher is required to acquire adequate knowledge, skills, interests, and attitudes towards the teaching profession. The teacher can be made proficient with well-planned, imaginative pre-service and in-service training programs. That's why teacher education is very, very much needed. Now, what is the significance of teacher education? What is the importance? Why we need this teacher education? Number one, to educate teachers in organizing learning resources. Obviously, without learning resources, a teacher will not be able to attract the attention of the learners. Nowadays, learners are very distractive. To keep that concentration level on par, teachers need to use these learning resources so that they can identify and design how to use a variety of appropriate teaching learning resources from the environment, community, media, audiovisuals, and aids and self-learning materials. Learning resources like they can show the environment directly, they can teach them from the environment, they can take the students can be taken to the gardens, museums and all so that they can learn directly. Then community, obviously they will learn from the community. The main personals, when they are teaching about the police person, we can invite the police persons to the school. They will themselves educate the students, maybe related to the traffic signal rules or any other laws or something they want to know. This community also will help a lot. Then media, obviously, audiovisual aids, computers are very important, and also self-learning materials also. To qualify them to conduct effective interaction during classroom teaching to promote individual and group learning. Obviously, the teachers should be able to. Why this teacher education? They are taught how they can communicate well with the students and also promote in individual learning and group learning. How student teachers themselves, they experience all those situations which they can take them to the classroom. It is important to evaluate the outcomes of learning by planning and conducting a continuous comprehensive evaluation of teaching learning process through appropriate tools and techniques. Now, to make them sufficient to implement compensatory education programs for the disadvantaged learner by organizing and participating in remedial instruction, tutorials, special coaching, etc. Now, to make them competent to cater to the special needs of disabled and gifted children. Nowadays, inclusive learning is also there to tackle these students, to make them adequate to guide students in solving their learning, occupational and personal problems, and also participate in other student support activities. Now, to make them sufficient to promote environmental consciousness, secular outlook, scientific temper and cultural pursuits in the students and in the community. To prepare them to participate in and contribute to parallel and complementary educational service systems like non-formal education, adult literacy, workers' education, etc. Then to endow them the quality of organize and participate in programs of community service and development. To accomplish them for effective curriculum teaching strategies like developing lesson plans, instructional limits, sequences, etc. through discovery, problem solving, projects discussions, dialogue, inquiry. So that's all for today. We have started with the concept of teacher education, need and significance. I'll come up with the next video with the next class. If you like the video, please do like, share, subscribe and comment below. Thanks for your attention and time. Happy learning.